Hi Aries, welcome to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth and I am your Reiki Master and Tarot reader. It's really great to be here with you. This is your reading Aries for the 22nd of May to the 10th of June. This is going to be general energies, i.e. not specifically related to love or work or health. So whatever comes out, comes out. I am also going to be putting out a video this week for each zodiac sign, looking at love specifically in the month of June. Okay, so those videos will be going out at some point this week before Friday. I'm hoping to get them done for maybe Wednesday or Thursday, but they'll definitely go out at some point this week. And as I said, that'll cover the specific love energies for couples, people dating and super singles for the month of June. Okay, let's get started now. I might use two decks, I might not. We're looking at your energy, Aries, from the time between the 22nd of May to the 10th of June, and the first card out for you is the Seven of Wands, the second card is the Star card, and the third card is the Knight of Cups. I feel the need to pull out another one as well. That is the Ace of Swords. Okay, so let me just get those so you can see them. Fabulous, there we go. Okay, Aries, there's been some difficult energy for some of you, and the reason I say that is because of this card here, the Seven of Wands. Now, wand energy is all about our passions, our motivations, things that move us, taking action, etc. That's something that's been blocked for you recently for some reason. You know, when we're looking at sevens, we're looking at challenges, really, and a personal challenge that you're going through, or something that you're going through to understand yourself. That was blocked for you. That has been blocked for you actually recently, as in like maybe this week. This is today is the 22nd of May, so this week or last week we've been blocked for some reason. I'm going to clarify that card. We've been blocked for some reason. You are moving out of that energy though, actually. We've got a Knight of Cups here. Knights are about movement. They're about moving forward, moving toward the battle, I always say. Cups energy is all about our emotions. So some of us maybe have been blocking a love relationship or feelings of love, true feelings of love. You're moving out of blocking that and toward making an offer, making an apology, speaking the truth. Really, you're cutting out the things that haven't been serving you. You've had to go through some healing as well. When we have the Star card, you know, that's healing on all levels, but especially on a soul level or in a spiritual way. You know, something maybe has had an effect on your identity. Maybe some issue has happened. Let's have a look at this Seven of Wands in a bit more detail. Let's just clarify. There we go. We've got the Hierophant card to clarify here. The Hierophant is all about traditions, this card. It's another major arcana energies. There are only 22 in the 78 tarot deck. This is one of them, the Star card, and the second one, number 5 that we've got, is the Hierophant. The Hierophant actually is related specifically to the sign of Taurus. You know, Taurus is an earth energy. Earth energy is about being practical. Earth energy is about, you know, things like work in a traditional sense, things like relationships in a traditional sense, things like marriage, contracts, you know, things that are set in a certain way, you know, so things that are a certain way the Hierophant represents. Okay, and you've been experiencing some form of challenge to these traditions. Maybe something's challenged your traditions, or your idea of marriage, or your idea of commitment. It's interesting actually. I'm gonna have another look. Let's clarify some of these other cards. You know, this is the end of May now. It's coming to the end of May, the last week of May. That's what we're in. And it seems that, you know, leading up to this point, there has been some sort of, you have been experiencing some sort of challenge. Let me just have a look again a bit closer. The Emperor. So the Emperor card again is actually quite similar to the Hierophant actually. It's number 4 actually in the tarot deck, and it's, excuse me, another major arcana energy. So you've got 3 of them. When we get a high incidence of major arcanas in a spread, what we're looking at there is huge changes, you know, really taking big decisions, making big commitments, attempting to change the situation that we're in, maybe potentially, or being encouraged to, or circumstances arising that mean that we have to change our actions and the things that we do day to day. That may be something that you have been blocking. So there may have been a figure, there may be somebody, a specific person, a boss, a father figure. Obviously this is male energy, or masculine energy I should say. Whether it's so there could have been somebody challenging your beliefs, your traditions, your ideas, the things that you really truly feel. Let's have a look at these other cards and let's clarify them. Remember, this is the energy that you're going to be experiencing, you know, end of May, last week of May, and the first sort of week of June. So it's interesting to see the type of things that you've been experiencing, Aries, actually. We're going to look at the Star card next. We've got the Ace of Wands. Okay, so as we said, the Star card's all about healing, and the Ace of Wands is about new beginning, is about new direction, is about taking action in a new direction. So we've spent some time, you've spent some time anyway, clearly, being challenged by wanting to change the status quo. Maybe you have, you know, maybe you're in a marriage or in a committed relationship, for example, and there has been some discord in that relationship, there has been some disagreement in that relationship, maybe a separation in that relationship, and for whatever reason, you know, maybe somebody wanted more of a commitment than you did, for example. You know, Aries, maybe you're in a relationship and, you know, the person that you're in a relationship with wanted to make a, you know, a firm commitment, and you were reluctant to do that, or that was something that you blocked, or that was something that you fought against, maybe. Or, you know, we've got the seven of Wands, and that can be related to standing up for ourselves, standing up for standing strong in our beliefs, standing firm in our beliefs. It could be, but there's been a change, there's been some healing that's coming in now, and it's prompting you to take action, and it could be making an apology, for example. Let's have a look at this Knight of Cups and this Ace of Swords. Okay, so we've got the Fool card, that's there actually, and we've got the Knight of Cups. To clarify that, we've got the Five of Swords. You know, Five of Swords is always difficult energy, okay? Now, you know, it can be mind games, it can be manipulation, but in this instance, I don't feel like that's what it is. In this instance, it's like you're kidding yourself about something, or you have been kidding yourself about something. You've been not lying to yourself, but you've been pretending like you don't care, or pretending like you're not interested in this, or pretending like you don't want to move. And you might have been a bit cutting in the way that you speak to people. You might have been, you know, if it is in a relationship, for example, you might have been a little bit, I don't want to say rude, you know, but I'm going to have to say rude. You know, rude about stuff. You know, maybe a little bit of arrogance as well. Either coming from you, Aries, or from somebody else that you're involved with, you know, a relationship partner, a boss, or a father figure, for example. There's been disagreements, and there's been not nice words spoken. There's been not nice words spoken, you know, and that is really evident with this card, with the Five of Swords, and linked to, and obviously the Five of Swords is clarifying the Knight of Cups. So at this point right now, you're ready to move forward and move out of this energy. You know, you're ready to move out of this energy, out of this manipulative, or this rudeness, or this arrogance, or this slyness. You're ready to move out of that energy, whether it's you bringing that, or whether it's someone else that you're dealing with bringing that. You're moving away from that, and you're moving toward this energy. So this is the offer of an apology. It looks clearly like a new start, a new beginning's coming, because we have got the Ace of Swords, and to clarify, which is clear communication. You know, sword energy is all about our minds, our communication, our throat chakras, excuse me, and our throat chakras, our communication, the way we speak, and our minds as well. So our sixth and seventh chakra as well. Okay, so having clarity of mind, and it's about time that you do that and you have that, and that's what this card represents, a new beginning. And the major arcana energy that has come to clarify that is a Fool card. The Fool card's all about new beginnings, but the thing about the Fool card is he's come from down below. The Fool's come from a difficult time, a challenging time, something that's challenged him, something that you've now overcome. So some of you have now overcome, this conflict, this challenge that's been going on, for you, which is really, really positive. Let's have a look a little bit more at this. I want to just have a look at this Five of Swords, and then I'm just going to pull some more actually just separately. Okay, just bear with us a second. Yeah, there we go. Just to so the Devil card is here clarifying the clarifying the Five of Swords. And as I've said, when the Five of Swords can be manipulative, can be toxic. It can just be rudeness. It can just be, you really being, and pardon my French, a dickhead to somebody, and you know that you're being a dickhead, and there was no need for it. Like, you were angry, you were upset about something, I don't know what, something has challenged maybe who you think you are. Maybe someone told you some home truths and you didn't like it, you didn't want to accept it, and so to get sort of back at them, you decided to be basically not very nice to them. Or this is vice versa, someone maybe was not very nice to you, and you felt hurt by that, and therefore that has encouraged this behaviour, or vice versa. As I've said, when we get the Fool card though, we're having a new beginning. We're moving out of this energy. We're moving out of this energy and this challenging energy toward the Fool card, which is new beginnings, which is a new start. We've come up from the suffering. Some of you have really, I hope that you like yourself again. Because some of you Aries really have not liked yourself very much, actually. You really haven't. And you've really got you've really had a bad self-esteem, and to the point where as well you might not have allowed yourself to be conscious of that. You might not have allowed yourself to realise, I'm feeling shitty about myself. Instead, what you may have done, some of you, is go out drinking, go out partying, have inappropriate relationships, as I said, speak nasty to people, be having arguments and conflict with people, throw yourself into work, throw yourself into the gym, be eating too much, whatever, sleeping too much, whatever, taking too much, smoking too much weed, whatever. Some of you could have be feeling so bad about yourself, and have been. Some of you have been feeling really bad about yourselves, and that has, instead of saying I feel bad about myself, what you've done is some of you have tried to avoid that, and it could be that someone else has made you feel bad about yourself. Someone else has got involved in making you feel bad about yourself, or a situation at work or in the family or in a relationship has got you feeling bad about yourself and got you on the defensive, to the point where, as I said, it's affecting the things that you do in your life and how you spend your time. As I said, we're moving out of that energy now, coming in June. Okay, so we're moving out of that energy, from the beginning of May, and we're moving into a bit of a time where we're feeling a bit more positive about ourselves. I just want to clarify these cards at the end here, actually, the Ace of Swords and the Fool card. Yeah, we've got the Hanged Man, we've got the Three of Pentacles, and we've also got the Eight of Swords. This card is a hard one. you know. And actually this card completely, the Eight of Swords really does actually coincide with the Seven of Wands. You know, I experienced this energy recently and it's not very pleasant at all. You know, when you look at the Eight of Swords, we know that it's a place that we don't have to be in. You know, we're stuck in a cycle, number 8, we're stuck in a cycle that we don't have to be in. However, we're used to being in that cycle, and it's a cycle that makes us feel really not so great about ourselves. It's not great for our self-esteem. Now, the thing about this card is, though, what we experience energetically when we go through this energy of the Eight of Swords, what we actually experience physically is a disconnect between our higher chakras, so our heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye and crown chakra. There's a complete disconnect between those chakras, you know, where the love and the warmth comes from for other people and expressing that in the world, and our lower chakras, our root chakra, our sacral chakra, our solar plexus. You know, our sacral chakra, our solar plexus, just above and below the belly button here, those are all about our self-esteem, who we are, the things that we've experienced, and how those experiences make us show up in this world. And there's been a disconnect, a cut off for those things. It could have been that someone said something to upset you. It could have been that your role in work, or your role in a marriage, or in your role in a relationship, or your role in a family was questioned. The actions that you took maybe have been questioned. Someone maybe criticised you about something, and that really put you on the defensive to this specific person, to this boss, to this organisation, to these people, and it put you on the defensive. But what that did was it meant that you were tortured. What that means is that you were angry at other people maybe and upset with what they did for you and what they said to you, but what it meant was that you ended up hurting yourself, because you then weren't able to connect with compassion for yourself either. You know, these people challenged that. You weren't able to connect with yourself compassionately. That might have affected you in ways like you couldn't eat, you know, you didn't have much appetite, for example, or you were drinking too much, or you know, all these other things like we said before, linked to the Devil card. You know, it's time to move away from that energy. We've got the Three of Pentacles here, again clarifying the Fool card, clarifying, you know, this new beginning and this new start. You know, the Three of Pentacles is all about teamwork and working together with other people and cooperation. But it's all, you know, but when we relate it to your personal experience, the things that you're going through, it can be related to, as I said, this chakra, you know, removing this disconnect, you know, taking time to remove this barrier between your heart, your compassion, and your experience, something that's traumatized you and made you feel bad about yourself. You know, it's about allowing the energies to flow and to really connect with how, you know, this conflict has made you feel, you know, regardless who caused the conflict, whether it was you who created the conflict, or whether it was somebody else. Okay, you know, finally here we have the Hanged Man energy. Okay, the Hanged Man is about seeing things from a different perspective, and that's really something that some of you need to do. You know, sometimes we have these experiences where they're difficult experiences, but they help us to grow. And that's what this is, you know, especially when we've got the Star card here, especially when we've got the Fool card here, and the Hanged Man. We've got a lot of major arcana energies. So whatever you've been going through in the end of May, or excuse me, at the beginning of May, and it seems recent, you know, it could be this week that something's happened that's shaking you a little bit. And whatever that is that you have been experiencing and going through, you are moving away from that, but that's something that's going to serve you. It's something that's going to give you you've learned something about yourself that you can build on. And that's really healing, even though it doesn't feel healing when you're going through the Eight of Swords, or when you're going through the Seven of Wands, or when you're going through the Devil energy. It doesn't feel healing, but I promise you it is. You know, these things are meant to turn us around and to help us to feel more positive. Okay, and help us to feel stronger, and help us to feel more able and more capable, you know, like the Emperor. And we've got the Star card on our side here. We've got the Star card on our side here. You know, this Star card is all about healing, and it's about destiny. Okay, it's about our destiny, and it's about the things that are meant for us to coming into our lives. Okay, so let's try to forget about the negative, the negativity and how it made us and feeling down on ourselves, but recognize that you learn that that's something that you do, that you put yourself down, that if somebody challenges you, then that's something that can linger for you and make you feel bad and help and make you turn toward negative habits, negative self-talk, things that have a negative impact on you. You've learned now that I shouldn't be relying on other people I shouldn't rely on other people to make me feel good about myself. I shouldn't rely on other people to make me feel bad about myself. Aries, you don't need that. You can find in yourself, something good and something positive and something to love. And that could be the Knight of Cups, but that again could be an apology. So it could be that someone's going to come to you with an apology for how they spoke to you, for how they treated you, for how they made you feel, or that you need to apologise to somebody else, or you need to apologise to yourself, really, and vow to give yourself a bit more love in the future going forward. That's what they experience from the beginning of May has taught you. Okay, hopefully some of you. Now remember, this is a general reading, Aries, and it's for all Aries between the time of 22nd and the 10th of June. It's for all of you, and it's general, so it might not resonate with all of you, but I really like doing these readings just because it helps me to get an understanding of the energies that people are going through and experiencing, and it helps me to stay in alignment. Okay, so I'm going to pull one more card for you. Just finally, these are just tarot cards again, but it's just going to be the focus for you for the next couple of weeks. Okay, so what should Aries focus be? What should we be focusing on energetically between the 22nd of May and the 10th of June, Aries? There we go. Okay. There we go. So 4 of Cups energy. It's not. This is again a feeling of feeling despondency. Okay. So it may be that some of you have been hurt by other people. Maybe you offer an apology and that apology isn't accepted, or maybe this is just you feeling not so great about yourself. You're looking at the past and are feeling hurt. This is an energy that you have to move through. That doesn't mean ignore it and pretend it doesn't exist. It means acknowledge that you feel this way. Acknowledge that you feel hurt or let down or disappointed. Acknowledge that you feel sad about about the things that you've been experiencing recently. Acknowledge that, because once you're able to acknowledge that and accept your part in that, accept others' part in that, once you're able to accept that, you're then able to move forward to your new beginning, to your Fool, to your Ace of Swords. And the last card that was just on the bottom, which I thought I would show you, is this one. Okay, this is the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so that energy again, it's about this new beginning, and that's what you can expect to feel emotionally. A new beginning, feeling better about yourself and about the situation that you are currently in and that you're moving out of in June. Okay, I really hope that you enjoyed that, Aries. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to Key Wisdom Tarot. Remember that you can follow me, Key Wisdom Tarot, on Facebook and Instagram, and you can get daily readings on there for everybody. Okay, I really hope you enjoyed that. Have a wonderful end of May and fabulous beginning of June, and I will see you all very soon. Take care. Thank you. Bye.